Hi, hello, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Crystal, and today I thought I'd bring you along to show you something new that I haven't personally tried before. And I am going to be supporting my variegated Monstera adansonii. Don't look at these. Don't look at these. But I will be supporting it with tree fern. What is this? Tree fern. Tree fern. So I'm going to be supporting it and giving it a try, but I thought I'd bring you along. Seriously, like, this is completely new to me. I don't even know what it feels like when I open up the packaging. So yeah, we're gonna give it a try and see how it goes. I'll kind of talk you through what I'm doing and we'll go from there. So if you are wanting to check it out, please stick around. But before we get started, I wanted to give a huge thank you to today's sponsor, Audible. For me, plants and plant care is really my time to unwind and just quiet my mind from everything that's going on. And I need something calm during that time, so I tend to lean on music or audiobooks to bring my energy level down and feel grounded. Audible has the widest selection of genres, so there's always something for everyone to enjoy. From thrillers to autobiographies to podcasts, there is an endless amount of titles that you can choose from, and you can still take advantage of that activity that you're enjoying along with listening to your favorite audiobook. I'm currently listening to Mindfulness, which is an 8-week plan in a frantic world, and it has activities within the audiobook that I can do during plant care, which is perfect for me. Check the description down below and use the link audible.com/Crystal Duran or text Crystal Duran to 500-500. Like I said, all the information will be in the description for you. Give it a try. Now, let's go ahead and get started. I want to know what's going on. I want to know why you're doing these things. So anytime that I'm working on my plants, I work on a boot tray. This is a very commonly asked question, like, what are you working on? This is a boot tray. I love it. I've been using it since the beginning of time or the beginning of my plant care. And yeah, this is just a boot tray you can get at any hardware store. I think I get mine. This one, yes, is from Lowe's. This is one of the bigger sizes. And it's just easy to clean and rinse. And I make a mess most of the time with my plant care. So this is great. So I highly recommend a boot tray if you're not using one already. And it's just super sturdy. I can move it around easily. So, tree fern. I found this as I was scrolling on Amazon. I need scissors. One second. And I came across the tree fern stakes, supports, totem poles. So I came across them, and I stay away from moss poles. They work well. I've tried them before, I've used them before, but they dry out way too fast. And with over 200 plants, I always say over 200 because I don't know anymore how many I have. I refuse to count. After I passed 150, I just don't know. I feel like if I count now, it feels like I have a problem. So I just don't count. But with having so many plants to care for and water, along with all other responsibilities, watering moss poles feels like such a daunting task. So I usually will stick to cedar planks, so very large cedar planks, like for my big Monstera. I showed how to support it in a other video. I will link it here so that you can see it. And what else do I use? Bamboo stakes. I use just like wooden stakes. I've used like the cocoa core poles, like with the wooden dowels at the bottom, which are fine, but they don't serve the purpose to necessarily have the aerial roots attached to it. And so I thought, you know what, I'm gonna give this tree fern a try and see how it goes. So first step, open it up. So as I was reading and kind of learning a little bit more about it, so even on the packaging, it says natural and sustainable, excellent moisture retention, strong, durable, and fibrous, and perfect for climbing and epiphytic plants. So I feel like this would be great if you had an orchid or like a vanilla orchid that loves to trail. Ooh, I think that would be really pretty on it. But so, okay, so this just feels like cocoa, like cocoa core, just dry. I always have to smell everything. Oh, it's a little dusty. Okay. Okay. Oh, let me see. So this is fernwood, tree, fernwood, tree fern, stakes, totems are ideal for climbing plants, orchids, epiphytic plants. They retain moisture well and fibrous, and roots penetrate easily, either in pot for climbing plants, hang for orchids. So we got the pole. It's a little dusty. And then I have my Monstera Adansonii that I just purchased about a month ago, and I have not repotted it yet. It definitely needs it. And you have the aerial roots there that are just, they want something to go up. Now my older leaves are starting to yellow here, which I'm really sad about, but they look like, it doesn't look like pests or anything. It just looks like naturally it's just fading out. So I'm not gonna remove them. They still have some green, so I'm gonna allow the leaf just take its course and die out on its own. But I will be losing those, but I am already getting new growth happening, so you know, I'm not too worried. And squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it. And out. Ooh, yeah. And I also, I was watering this too often. Like I knew that it was gonna need repotting because it just wasn't retaining the water as it should anymore. I feel like I was watering every few days. So I find that Monstera Adansonii, they don't like to completely dry out, or they get really shriveled. So I was like racing against time. The fiber, I feel it like whooshing around. So I'm just gonna loosen it just a little bit. That way I can get the pole in there. My biggest struggle is finding a big enough pot for the pole. Like I said, I don't really use, what is it? Oh, moss poles. It's late. What time is it? I have a case of the weekend brain right now. I don't use moss poles. I haven't in a long time, and so that was always really hard for me to figure out what size pole to go with and what size pot for the pole. Okay, so I'm just breaking it up just a little bit, and then I want to find, that definitely is not going to be a big enough pot. Look at that. That's just enough for the pole. So what I'm going to do is, I like a clear pot, so I'm going to find a bigger one. Please hold. You thought you were going to come into my garage and see my hot mess of a setup here. There's no way. It's chaos. This side of my garage is straight chaos. I cannot find the clear pots. So I'm out of my clear pots, so I might actually have to use one of these, which is fine. And I think, yeah, I think that's gonna be better anyway, so that I could, yeah, that's gonna be better. Yeah. Just did a combination of cocoa chips and perlite. This mix that it was in, you could tell it was more of like a cocoa base mix. And so I think, hi, Vidi. And so I think I'm gonna use the same thing. So just fill it up like a little lasagna at the bottom. Just a little bottom layer here. Get your pole in there. And then the magic happens. You take the plant that you want to support, you put it towards the front, just like so, right here, and then add your mixture. I feel like it's gonna outgrow it pretty quickly, but then I'll just figure something else out. I think this is the best time to experiment with a new support. Did I mix I think I mixed exactly the amounts that I needed. I love when that happens. I'm so not fancy around here. I just found a whatever clear tray and just mixed my soil in there. Okay, you look pretty. You're looking nice. You're looking pretty nice. What are we thinking? Yay? Yay. Okay. Now, before I actually tie this, I'm gonna try wetting it and see what this is like, because it feels so crispy. Do you hear the crisp? Look, listen. A little ASMR moment. I think you do still want to keep it damp, but I'm gonna try with my, what do I do? No, I'm gonna support it first and then I'm gonna wet it, because either way I'm gonna wet the plant. I have to water it. So we're gonna support it first and then I'm gonna wet it. Okay. What I'm using to support it with is a little Velcro tape. You could use twine. I love the Velcro tape because you can adjust as needed, and you just cut. Let me bring you a little closer so you could see. Look at that face. Hold on one second. Do you see this face? Look at that. So I want to make sure that the aerial roots right there are somewhat leaned up against the pole. So something like that. Get it right, get it right, get it tight. I'm trying to tie as best as I can on the actual stem versus like from the leaves, right? Your strong section here is your stem support, like right from there. And the beauty, again, of this Velcro is that you can go as tight or loose as you need to and adjust. Now, why do we give supports to our plants? So you want to encourage them to grow larger. And if you think of plants in nature, they'll grow up trees. They even grow up buildings. And by having that little support, they're able to get bigger and stronger. Think of it as like how we use a brace to support either our knee or our joints or whatever it is. This is like a little brace to support our new growth. Hey, that's pretty. It just kind of repels the water. Really have to soak it well. Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah, it's very similar to how when your plant soil is hydrophobic, it just almost rolls right off. And I don't know much about this, so I don't know how much truly to give. This part is feeling a lot more damp. A lot more damp, a lot damper, a lot, it's wet. There we go. Ooh, you see that? Oh yeah, okay, that's good stuff. Yeah, that's looking better. It takes a little while for it to get the water to actually soak it. But once you get it, I think it looks good. I feel like as far as moisture retention, it might maintain moisture a little bit more than moss will, but I won't know until I give it some more time and see for myself. So like I said, I will definitely keep updated. I definitely can see that this is gonna need a new pole pretty soon, especially if it keeps growing at the rate that it's been growing. But I wanted to give it a try and just see how it went for myself. So thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to check the description for more information on your free 30 days of Audible, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.